Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be doing the Ballon d'Or rankings for this year. So now obviously Ballon d'Or's results will be out in around a week, almost under a week now. So I was like, let's do a ranking of 2025 nominees for this year. Alright, let's just get straight into it. First up we have is Lautaro Martinez. So now obviously it's not going to be easy to 100% rank everyone at the right spot, so do let me know if I make any mistakes. um Now I think Martinez was really good this season. As usual, he's been really good in the past couple of years, and but I don't think so he's making top 10, but I also don't think he's down here though. That's what I, in my opinion, is a tough one. I might put him here for now. I think so, yeah. I think that's fair. I think so that's fair. Next up we have is Juan Neves. Now he's been really good for both Portugal and PSG. Now will he get in top 10? Obviously not. I don't think so. There were many much better player out there in this list. They're gonna be I just don't think so he's gonna make it top 10. I do think, however, he will be in top 20 because he had a great campaign with PSG, and he was pretty decent in Club World Cup. Um, let's save Rafinha for last because I have different opinions, and it's gonna be a controversial, anyways. Next up, you have is Hakimi. Hakimi again. This is a tough one. Uh, Obviously he's gonna be above these two. Hakimi might just slip into top 10. Realistically speaking, he was really good this year, but I'm not sure if he is top 10 though. It's a tough one. I'll have to go at. I think I'll go for here now, and maybe he does fit into top 10. Maybe he actually genuinely does, but for now I'll keep him right here. Okay, let's next up we have is Cole Palmer. I do think he had a great season. It's just he didn't really play Champions League football, so there is not really um a lot of chances for him to get into top 20. Maybe he was maybe in some other time, but I think he was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was really good, but I just don't think so. Just because of the lack of Champions League football, he might not make it. Next up, we have is Harry Kane. Oh, this is a tough one. Bayern Munich. Now, a lot of people saying he might get into top 10. I don't think so. I generally don't think so. I'll put him right here. Above Cole Palmer. I think he'll finish above Palmer. This might be a bad one. Might just slip in over here. I think he'll go above these two. I do think so. Next up, you have is Declan Rice. He had a great season in terms of Champions League. Obviously, didn't really do and a lot in the semifinal against PSG. Couldn't perform at his best. Lost the semifinal. Eventually, lost the Premier League. Didn't play in the Club World Cup. That's gonna be a big factor. Wasn't in the Nations League, so that didn't boost him either. I think he's gonna be here. I do think so. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna do the usual way. Where the more you are towards the left side, the better. It's just a hard one to do. So I'm just gonna do the more left you are, the better for the top three. And maybe I'll just say who, in my opinion, is close. We'll see though. I think McAllister is somewhere here. He's not gonna be in top 20. He had a decent season, but yeah, I think Mbappe will be in the top 10. I think he had a great season. I think Kvaratskhelia was great this season. Was great, but I don't think so. He's going into top 20 either. Bellingham will definitely make it. I do think he's not gonna finish above Hakimi. I might just do it. The more left you are, the more on the left side you are, the better. Yeah, I'll do it for now. Okay, next up we have is Gaio Chris. Obviously in the Portugal league, that's a big factor. I'm sure he let's see what he probably be in top 10 this season the way he started his season. But I'll put him here for now. I think he's gonna be above McAllister. Next up we have is Next up we have is Dumfries. Now he had a decent season with Inter actually. Great season in terms of Champions League, but he's definitely not gonna be in top 20. Not in my opinion. I think he's just gonna be here somewhere around here. Next up, we have is Haaland. I don't think so. Haaland is making top 10 purely based on the fact he had a pretty shit Premier League season, and he had a pretty shit Champions League season. Gone out in round of 32. Didn't really wasn't at the best of his goal scoring ability. Obviously, was missing the magic of prime Kevin De Bruyne this season, and I think he's gonna be in top 15 though. However, I think he's gonna be above Kane. No, Kane is gonna be above him. I think Kane might be above Juan Neves as well. That's my ranking though. That's my opinion. Next up we have is Fabian Ruiz. Now he had a pretty decent start to the season. Not the season, but he had a pretty decent run in the Champions League as well. Then at the start of the season, it looked like it was not his season again, but he proved everyone wrong. He's been great, but I think he's gonna be right here. I think he's gonna be above. I think Kelly is gonna be above him, and I think Cole Palmer might just be right here somewhere around here, in my opinion. Next up, we have is Nuno Mendes. This one's tough. This one's tough. I do think Nuno Mendes is gonna be number 10, in the top 10. I do think so. He's gonna be top 10. Just don't know where he is gonna be. Yeah, it's a tough one to call. Uh, Next up we have is Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk is gonna be in top 20, just above Haaland and Martinez. He had a decent season, and yeah, that's about it. Olise, this was again a tough one. He's gonna be in top 20. I think he's gonna be right behind Juan Neves, in my opinion. Next up, you have is Donnarumma. Donnarumma might just slip into top 10. I won't be surprised. I think Hakimi will slip into top 10 as well, as a matter of fact. So Hakimi's gonna be there. I think Donnarumma might slip into top 10. I just think he's that good, Donnarumma. I think he's top 10, and I think Hakimi might fit in. Not number one. He might be there top 5, as a matter of fact. How did I put him all the way down here? It's a shame I put him down all the way down here. Next up we have is Doi. I think he had a really good Champions League final. I just don't think so. He's gonna be, but he didn't really have a really that big of a season in terms of just throughout the season. He was good. He was good. It was not bad, but he was there. I do think he's gonna be somewhere around here. However, not above these people. Next up we have is Salah. Salah, this tough one. Salah's gonna be here in my opinion. I think Salah is gonna be in top 10, and I think that's how it's gonna look like a little bit. Pedri, I think Pedri was better than almost everyone this season and in midfield. But I think Pedri was better than Bellingham this season. Next up we have Scott McTominay. He will be right here. I mean, what a turnaround for him. I mean, he sucked in Manchester. He used to be ass, like definition of ass in Manchester United, but he has turned up in Napoli, and maybe it's not the player, it's the club. Next up we have is Lewandowski, and Lewandowski again is one of those players who's always in this list. He's his top 10, for sure. Is he above Harry Kane? I think he is. He had a really good Champions League season. He scored like 11 goals. Is he gonna be top 10? It's a question. It is a question. I don't know. Maybe. Next up we have is Gores. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Gracia. Yeah, I will just pronounce his name like that. Yeah, I don't rate him as a striker. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't rate him as a striker. I do not rate him as a player. I do not rate him that much. He's here because his team is doing really good, in my opinion. I don't rate him as a striker. He misses a lot of chances, misses a lot of sitters, and for that reason, I have to put him just over here. Yeah. Next up, we have his Vinicius Jr. Again, a tough one. Really tough one. No, Vinicius is not gonna be in top 20. He did not have a really good season. He will be in top 30 and because he's nominated, obviously. I think he's gonna be just above Declan Rice. I don't think so he's any more better than that. Okay. Okay, I realized something. I think a Pedri is. It's either going to be Pedri or Harry Kane who will make it top 10. In my opinion, I do think he's going to be up to Harry Kane. I think Pedri will make top 10. I think he will. He was just that good. And I think Words will be right here. Uh he's going to be. He's going to be right here. Words, yeah. I mean, he's playing in the German league, so there is a little bit of a tax over there where you don't really get ranked high, maybe as you should, as you deserve. You don't really get the credit you deserve. Next up, you have is Ratinha, and I think Ratinha has a good chance of being in top 10. Now, the question is, which of these players can move into top 5? And I think it's going to be Kylian Mbappe. Purely based on the fact, it's just that he is in Madrid, and the fact that he was really good in Nations League semi-final. It's a shame he couldn't win, and I do think Nations League will play a big role. And for the fact is, I don't I don't put Salah over there. Is just the only fact is because Liverpool um didn't really perform good in Champions League. At least Madrid, at least they made it into the quarterfinals. Salah didn't make it to quarterfinals. So I think Salah is just gonna. I think Mbappe really, in my opinion, was better than Salah. So Vitinha, I think, is gonna be right here. I think just above Pedri. Now this is the moment of truth. This is where we have a decision to make. Now a lot of debates. Who is gonna be the man who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or? Now I'll be honest and look again. This is not about my opinion. This is not what my opinion is just the Ballon d'Or. We have had some sketchy Ballon d'Ors in the past couple of years, not even a couple of years, in the last decade. Since 2018, in my opinion, there have been some sketchy Ballon d'Or winners. And I don't think so. It's gonna be one of those seasons where they're just gonna give it to Lamine Yamal. I just don't think so. I think if Lamine Yamal had won the Nations League, I think that would have really boosted his chance. I do think, however, he is going to be number 3 in the Ballon d'Or rankings. Now, people will be like, okay, some people are really for him that he should win the Ballon d'Or. And in my opinion, if Lamine Yamal is gonna win the Ballon d'Or, if anything, I think Rafinha deserves it more than Yamal. He was outrageous. He scored like 15 goals, 13 goals in the Champions League. Lamine Yamal had like 10 La Liga goals. Again, I know he's not about goals. This guy is a little different than others. He's more about the dribbling, the assist. But again, it just doesn't matter. I think if Lamine Yamal it's like saying, it's again the same story in 2015 with Neymar and Messi, where everyone was like, okay, let's give it to Neymar. Let's give it to Messi. Let's give it to Ronaldo. But Ronaldo was out of the way because he was trophyless that season. But with Neymar and Messi was that if you're gonna give it to Neymar, it will just not make sense because Messi was just purely better. So the success was really the main man was Messi who caused the success. And I think this was the same thing. Without Rafinha, I don't think so Barcelona would be where they were. And it wasn't his fault that Barcelona conceded in the last 2 minutes. I do think he was the one who made them almost qualify to the final. I mean, he did everything. And don't forget, I think people really generally forget this guy, Lamine Yamal. He's a great talent. I do rate him as just purely based on talent. Do I think Lamine Yamal is ever going to dominate world football? Probably not, because we can make another video on why, in my opinion, Lamine Yamal won't ever be considered. I mean, he is considered the best player in the world, but he won't really clearly ever be a not a Ballon d'Or, but the best player in the world, just based on the fact he's never going to have a season like, let's say 2014 Ronaldo, or 2017 Ronaldo, or 2015 Messi, or 2012 Messi, or 2005 Ronaldinho, or 2006 Ronaldinho, or 98 Zidane, 2002 Ronaldo Nazario, 86. I just don't think so. He's that level of player. He's never going to be clearing everyone. Again, there is a debate still, so I don't think so that he's ever gonna be clear of anyone. And we can make a whole video about why. I don't, and it's got nothing to do with talent, because talent-wise, this is probably one of the greatest footballing talents we have ever seen. But it's just I don't think so. He's gonna convert that into being a great. Anyways, Lamine Yamal. is gonna be third, and the top two is just it's all about top two. Now, a lot of people want Rafinha to win, and if it were in my hands, I would give it to Rafinha. However, knowing Ballon d'Or, knowing what they are for, what they support, and what they're interested in, they're more interested in the Champions League. They're more interested in the Club World Cup, and Barcelona obviously did not participate in the Club World Cup. And it's just based on the fact that Dembele pretty much won everything, and he has almost equal stats in terms of stats. They're very close. As a matter of fact, I do think Rafinha has better stats. But again, knowing, in my opinion, if I had to give the Ballon d'Or, I would give it to Rafinha. It just wasn't in his control that Barcelona would concede like 2 goals in the later stages of the game. He did everything for the to go into the final again, and it wasn't in his control either that Barcelona couldn't play the Club World Cup. However, knowing France football, they will give it to Dembele. That means Rafinha will be second. And again, if it were in my hand, I would. I mean, this ranking again, these bottom two tiers, I cannot really accurately predict, because there are different positions, different players, different things. Again, but that's my top 20. It's not in order. So, I mean, if you guys want to switch it up, I mean, it is in order, but I'm not really gonna own up to it. But the top 10, I can tell you that's what I think is the real top 10. Uh, only truth of the matter is just I do think Rafinha was the best player in the world last season, but it just comes down to France football. And knowing France football, I think they will just give it to Dembele based on trophy, based on achievements. Make sure you guys comment down below who you guys think is gonna win. I do think Dembele is the Ballon d'Or winner. Have a good one.